You can read more about many of the stories in this week's show in the current issue of Mohawk Valley Living magazine, available the first of the month at hundreds of advertiser locations and online at mohawkvalleyliving.com. Tune in to the new MVL Marketplace, a local business billboard TV show featuring all of our advertisers, plus local trivia and music by local songwriters. Every Sunday at 8 a.m. and 11:30 p.m. on Fox 33. The Steet Ponte Auto Group in Yorkville and Herkimer and Turnbull Insurance Service since 1866 present Mohawk Valley Living, exploring the arts, culture, and heritage of our region.
Good morning and welcome to Mohawk Valley Living. Spring is in the air and I am here in the heart of East Utica at Caruso's Pastry Shop, and they are baking cassata and Easter bread, right?
Easter egg bread.
Easter egg bread, and oh my gosh, the smell of it is in the air. You have to come down here yourself to inhale it.
For all the sons of immigrants, the sons of the native land, there are sons yet to be born to carry on the work we've just begun. Well, good times may come and good times go, but one thing stays the same. It's the feeling I get when
Francis Kernan, Utica's own, was one of the most influential politicians of the 19th century. And he had started off, he was the son of Irish immigrants, settled in Utica after getting into the law practice and partnered up with Joshua Spencer. Then he got involved in politics a little bit later in life, married into the Devereaux family, had lots of kids, long legacy again in this area. And when he got into politics, he ended up in the U.S. House of Representatives. And he was also at one time a candidate for the governor of New York State. After the Civil War, ends up going into the U.S. Senate. And we had a unique situation in the 1870s in that both U.S. senators from New York State were from Utica. Francis Kernan and Roscoe Conkling served together during that time. One of the most important parts of his service in the Senate was sitting on the committee to decide the contested presidential election of 1876 between Rutherford Hayes and Samuel Tilden. So when Francis Kernan's name comes up, he had a big influence, not just in local politics and across the state, but certainly to the story of our nation as well. And that's why he should be remembered.
Bag Square Cafe is a great spot for breakfast, lunch, and pastries and coffee. Located on the east side of Utica's historic Bag Square neighborhood, their menu features artisan sandwiches, salads, burgers, and unexpected, delicious specials that Melinda and her team cook up.
Well, the cafe has been here for a little over 6 years, and my husband and I have actually owned it we're going on 3 years now. I actually got started, I was bored at my previous job that I spent 20 years in. My husband knew the previous owner and just asked him if he needed a little bit of help. And so 3 years later, here I am. We own it, family owned and operated. My husband and my kids come on Saturdays, and that's how we got started. It's actually pretty exciting. Most of the stuff that we do, you really wouldn't find. It's different from the normal fare in Utica. We don't do pizza and wings, we don't do pastas. Things like that. Our menu is really not an a la carte. We try and create all of our sandwiches to be whole encompassing. So the holistic aspect of it, like our roast beef Devonshire, it comes like when you start tearing it apart to make it, because you're a little bit picky, you don't get the full effect of it. But you know, we pair roast beef with a horseradish aioli on purpose because just mayonnaise is a little bit bland. You add a little zing to this or a little zip to that. Our chicken club has a chipotle aioli. It's not your typical mayonnaise, but it's not like a spicy. It's just a little bit of zing to help you, you know, just add a little spice to it. So we try and, you know, just do things like that. It's always different. Every day it's different. Every minute it's different. You meet the people. It's enjoyable to see when people come in, they leave happy.
I use Bag Square Cafe all the time for business meetings. It's nice and easy. You come in right to the counter and you pay and order your food. It's brought to the table. It's a great atmosphere with ample space for paperwork and laptops, and when you're done, you can be on your way.
It's not what you take or give. It's here I wanna live. Oh, I'm making this really my own.
When planning your family's future, turn to the principles of the past. Turn to Turnbull. Turnbull Insurance Service is an independent agency representing the most dependable companies for all your insurance needs, as well as complete financial planning and wealth management. Call today for a free assessment. The Steet Ponte Auto Group is proud to bring Mohawk Valley Living to you each week, serving the Utica area and the Valley with outstanding customer service. In Yorkville at Steet Ponte Ford Lincoln Mazda, Steet Ponte Volkswagen, and Steet Toyota Scion. And in Herkimer at Steet Ponte Chevrolet. Stop in and see why it's so easy to do business with Steet Ponte.
For over 70 years, locally owned Whiteman Lumber has been the place to find quality, locally sourced hardwood. Buy direct from the manufacturer through our retail outlet in Portlandville, New York. Learn more at whitemanlumber.com.
Spring is in the air. Time to plan your spring planting and garden designs. And Newport Marketplace Top Notch Garden Center is a great place for inspiration. You'll find all your garden needs, like seeds, mulch, soil, garden features, and furniture. Look for trees, shrubs, and perennials soon to be popping up all over the Newport Marketplace Top Notch Garden Center. Open every day on Main Street in Newport. The colors of spring are in full bloom at the Village Crossing in Clinton. Check out the new spring fashions, shoes, and accessories designed to delight, and featuring many items made in the USA. See what's new this spring at the Village Crossing in Clinton. Shop the 3,000 square feet spilling over with antiques at the Potting Shed, specializing in American coins, costume jewelry, and fine jewelry, as well as early lighting, stoneware, china, and furniture. The Potting Shed, over 40 years in the same location at 52 Oriskany Boulevard in Whitesboro. You keep saying you're going to do something about your back and joint pain. Call Dr. Michael Tucherone, one of the area's only K-laser therapy chiropractors, the most advanced non-invasive treatment of acute and chronic pain. Call 853-6225 and embark on your wellness journey today. North Star Orchards is open for the season. The greenhouse is full of potted plants, annuals, and vegetables, and outside you'll find perennials, trees, shrubs, and topsoil. The bakery's open too, with fresh pies, cookies, breads, and muffins at North Star Orchards, Route 233, Westmoreland.
Well, I tell you, people ask us a lot, so how'd you get started? Well, it all did start pretty simple. We were trying to sell goat meat at farmers markets, and most folks would stop and ask if we made cheese. We didn't, and hadn't really considered it. So we took the hint and bought a book. It was some kind of variation of cheese making for idiots, and started experimenting in our kitchen. Well, over the years, we bought more books and made more experiments, and we've made a lot of cheese. It is a continuing process of trial and error. The traditional methods that we use involve a lot of time and handwork. For example, our simplest cheese, Kaiahura cream, starts its life as milk straight from the cow on a Friday night, gradually develops its curd overnight into a late Saturday morning. It's hung to drain and continue flavor development until late Sunday morning, and is finally salted and packaged by mid-afternoon on Sunday. Almost 48 hours to produce one of the most humble and, quite frankly, tasty cheeses around. But just like cheesemakers of the past, I spend countless hours in the cheese room. Fortunately, modern technology allows me to stare at my phone while stirring curd, dance like no one is watching while cranking my tunes, or shouting angrily while listening to the news. It's really a surprisingly rewarding process. I love what I do, and I hope that it comes through in the cheeses that we make.
We head to Rome for a great way to stay active no matter what the weather at Skate Awhile Roller Rink. This roller skating rink has been around since the 1970s. Today it is a nostalgic way to spend time with the family. It's also home to Central New York's only junior roller derby team, the Frostbites.
Well, my father-in-law was a mechanic and he always wanted a skating rink. So in 1976 he built this skating rink on the property that he acquired. And it's been here ever since. And he passed away this last year. And so my wife is basically the owner now, and I run it for her. So it used to be extremely popular when we had Griffiths Air Force Base here, because we had so many base people from down south and Midwest, which is very, very popular. And we used to have 300 people down here. And now it's gone, and then it went way down. And now it's making a resurgence. We have the roller derby kids here. We have the roller derby ladies here practicing during the week. And we're getting a lot of new people. And it's not, the demographics have changed. People that used to be just a local establishment basically, you know, just for their own people. And now we're the only one around, and people come from Syracuse, they come from Ilion, Frankfurt, all down the valley, Utica, up north. We get them from Remsen, Hinkley Lake, believe it or not.
Now, what do you think it is? Why do you think people still want to do this?
Something different, something like they used to do when they were in their younger days. I mean, they used to have skating rinks up in Boonville. They had them in Camden, and you know, they remember doing it, so they want to, you know, expose their children to it or their grandchildren in many instances, and it's nice. It's nice to see it's kind of like a rebirth kind of thing, you know.
You should join roller derby because I think it's the most amazing experience you can ever have. Sure, there are a lot of other teams, like you could be on like soccer and other different sports teams like basketball and baseball and everything like that. But I think roller derby is such a unique sport that it's not any, like there's no ball, it's just a bunch of people just kind of coming together and just skating, and it's entirely different from any other sport that I've played, and that's why it's so interesting to me.
Skate Awhile Roller Rink is located on Ridge Street in Rome and is open Friday and Saturday evenings and Saturday and Sunday afternoons. On Facebook at Skate Awhile Roller Rink. You can learn more about Junior Roller Derby on Facebook at Central New York Junior Roller Derby.
There was music all around me. There was music everywhere. Oh, it stays chilly in the winter, cold and covered up in snow. But when the good old summertime.
You work hard here in the Mohawk Valley. You make a difference. You leave your mark. You deserve a financial advisor who works hard for you to make a difference for your future.
I've spent most of my adult life helping people with their financial decisions, investing for retirement, saving for college, thinking about your legacy.
We have the education, the experience, the tools. Van Meter and Van Meter for your financial future.
Get your tickets now for Yarn Wire on Friday, April 7th at 7 p.m. A quartet featuring 2 percussionists and 2 pianists admired for their energy and precision. Tickets are $15 and $20. And Masterworks Chorale Hamilton College Choir with Symphoria on Tuesday, April 25th at 7:30 p.m. Tickets are $8 and $10. Call the box office at 859-4331 at Welland Hall Schambach Center for Music and the Performing Arts at Hamilton College in Clinton.
Your news, talk, and sports authority. Talk Radio, AM 1450, WKAL, Rome, Utica.
Spring is in the air. Time to plan your spring planting and garden designs. And Newport Marketplace Top Notch Garden Center is a great place for inspiration. You'll find all your garden needs, like seeds, mulch, soil, garden features, and furniture. Look for trees, shrubs, and perennials soon to be popping up all over the Newport Marketplace Top Notch Garden Center. Open every day on Main Street in Newport.
Welcome to the Little Falls Antique Center in the shops at 25 West. Come on in and browse thousands of unique items that change on a daily basis. Shop for yourself or for someone else. We're open every day from 10 to 5. We look forward to your visit here at historic Canal Place in Little Falls.
Tom's Natural Foods is your connection to local farms for natural and organic fruits and vegetables, meats, eggs, cheeses, and other milk products. At Tom's Natural Foods in Clinton, naturally.
There was music in the valley. There was music in the...
We head to Utica to a new old sign company. Utica Sign and Graphics recently moved to a brand new location on Main Street right behind Bag Square Cafe. But owner John Vella has been making signs since the 1970s. Now, with the help of a small team, including his son John, he's busier than ever and eager to take on challenges.
Started in 1975, believe it or not, and I met my wife at Utica College, and I worked at the college and did audiovisual, and one of my offices was next to hers. We fell in love, got married. I couldn't find a job, even though I have a degree in biology. So what happened was my father-in-law, who owned Friendly Signs, said, work for me until you find a job. And of course, that was the end of it. I really love it. You really need to know a lot of different things like physics, electrical, mechanical. There's a lot to it for the signs that we do. We do all the big work. Utica Tower, Delmonico's, Bank of Utica. Originally did the Adirondack Bank building up on the roof, so there was all, we had to actually go through the roof and build a structure to house it. So there's a lot to it. Northwoods, I got a call from Howie Cohen, who owns Just Neon, and we work in collaboration. He does our neon repairs or whatever, and we work with him because we do fabrication for him. So we had this project up in Tupper Lake, and the guy wanted a brand new sign because the other one was rotted. So we went up there, took down the old sign, and we're in the process of fabricating it now. And we're gonna, I think he opens up in May, sometime in May, so we'll be back in May to put it up. But due to the park agency's requirements or restrictions, we could not do anything but exactly the same sign. So that's what they're gonna get. It'll be identical, only it'll be made out of aluminum, modern materials, so after 40 or 50 years, she'll still be standing.
It's not what you take or give, it's here. I'm making this valley my own.
If you can't wait for the Diamond and Gem shows in Herkimer this summer, you don't have to. The Rose Quartz stand in Herkimer is open all year long, with Herkimer diamonds, quartz crystals, fossils, and all kinds of rocks that will thrill your inner geologist.
From all over the world, we have, Indian minerals, we have crystals, we have fossils, which is one of my favorites. Our shop's been here about a year in November, a little over a year. We've had a business where we do gem and mineral shows along the East Coast, and that started about 8.5 years ago. The shop grew out of necessity because people were calling our home and, well, we want to come and see what you have. And we're going, but it's in boxes, So we found the need for a showroom, and that's how the store was born.
The Rose Quartz stand is open Tuesday through Thursday, 12 to 5, Saturday 12 to 5, and Sunday 12 to 4 at 105 Mohawk Street in Herkimer. The Steet Ponte Auto Group is proud to bring Mohawk Valley Living to you each week, serving the Utica area and the Valley with outstanding customer service. In Yorkville at Steet Ponte Ford Lincoln Mazda, Steet Ponte Volkswagen, and Steet Toyota Scion. And in Herkimer at Steet Ponte Chevrolet. Stop in and see why it's so easy to do business with Steet Ponte. You go the extra mile for your small business and should expect the same from your insurance company. For over 140 years, Turnbull Insurance Service has been committed to local small business. For your commercial coverage, turn to the company ready to go that extra mile. Turn to Turnbull.
I love Mohawk Valley Living.
We love Mohawk Valley Living.
I 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 use Whiteman's wood for home remodeling. A lot of the finished products or the finished moldings. The customer service is very good here. Very friendly. There's always somebody here to take care of you, answer your questions.
Learn more at whitemanlumber.com.
The people you know, the rock you love, and more songs per hour. 92.7 FM, The Drive, Central New York's locally owned independent rock station.
Expecting company? Just call Deansborough Superette. They prepare delicious Middle Eastern platters for any number of guests. Call 841-4377.
Welcome to the Little Falls Antique Center in the Shops at 25 West. Come on in and browse thousands of unique items that change on a daily basis. Shop for yourself or for someone else. We're open every day from 10 to 5. We look forward to your visit here at historic Canal Place in Little Falls.
Tom's Natural Foods is your connection to local farms for natural and organic fruits and vegetables, meats, eggs, cheeses, and other milk products. At Tom's Natural Foods in Clinton, naturally. Meelan's Meat Market has your Easter specialties like store-made hams and kielbasa, leg of lamb and roasts, featuring low-salt, low-fat smoked ham and kielbasa. Try their famous crown roast of pork or prime rib. Meelan's Meat Market, your one-stop shop at the Four Corners in Clark Mills.
Like our Facebook page, facebook.com/onthecouchwgc.
Welcome to this episode of On the Couch with Gavin. On today's episode, we have Dr. Montgomery of Joseph's Experience.
Good
How's
to
it
be
going?
here.
Oh,
Doing
yeah.
great, thanks. Thanks for having me here.
Yeah, thanks for being here. So what is Joseph's Experience?
Joseph's Experience is a really unique format. It is Central New York's only nonprofit which aims to serve people impacted by cancer and leukemia. And that's a real source of pride for us because until we came along, there was absolutely nobody providing services to this population. The next closest entity to us who tries to do that is out in the Finger Lakes region. And then there are some camps and places where kids can go during the summer for a weekend or perhaps a week to get away from their problems. But the only problem with that is cancer doesn't take the other 51 weeks off. Right. So one of the first things we do, just in a general sense, is we provide a variety of services 52 weeks out of the year, and that's really significant. Wow. It is a really powerful statement to be made to people, and it takes a lot of coordination to do that. So we bring a lot of different things, not just services, but we bring a voice to people who really believe that they are forgotten. We bring empowerment to people who believe they've lost their voice, and we bring a sense of community back to these people who believe they've lost so much dignity because cancer has decided to punch them in the gut. So we've been around for 6 years, and we're growing. We're trying to get awareness out there that we do exist. A lot of people going through cancer are really surprised when they hear about Joe. I think people need to know that what you've done here is incredible. It caught my eye. More and more people need to understand and value that when people take the time like yourself to get to know their community and to give the community an opportunity to raise a voice, they need to be commended for that.
Thank you for being on the couch and sharing your story with everyone.
This is great.
Here. And yeah, can't wait to check out one of your events.
Sounds good.
Soon. So that's awesome.
Thank you, Gavin.
Thank you. Thank you guys for watching this episode of On the Couch with Gavin. Make sure to like our Facebook page for the full interview. And we'll see you guys next time.
young ones at the Dairy Queen saying, hop on in now. 'Cause